Hello, good morning, and you are welcome to another wonderful section of Storytime with Mercy. I hope you had a peaceful night rest. You can say I did. I'm actually very happy today. I don't know why. I guess it's because the weather is fair, or I'm going to receive some kind of miracles today. Okay, please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, kindly do so. All you have to do, just click on the subscription button and that's all. You're done. It doesn't really require much. Thank you. So today, I'm going to be telling you an interesting story. It's titled The Test of Integrity. The Test of Integrity. Quickly. Once upon a time, there was a king. I love royal stories. So don't mind me. I'm royal. And you are royal too. Once upon a time, there lived a king in a faraway land. He had his beautiful queen. And he was kind of worried because he didn't have an heir to the throne. He was childless. And he was already old. And he was so scared that if he doesn't have a child who will take after him, the royalty will go to another family. So he thought of something to do. And he had a dream that an old man appeared to him in the dream and told him that he should adopt a child. He should get a child who will be the heir apparent to the throne. So when he woke up, he told the queen about the dream. And usually there are 4 boys who normally sit at the gates, or rather by the gate, the palace gates. They always sit there, they play, they are friends. And among those 4 boys, there was this particular boy. He was the poorest of them all. He didn't have a father, but he had a mother, a devoted mother. So the king invited these boys, the 4 boys, into the palace, and he told them that he was going to choose one of them as his son. That's someone who is going to take after him when he must have joined his ancestors. And the boys were excited. You can imagine that. So he gave them each a grain of corn. You know corn, right? He gave them each a grain of corn, and he asked them to plant the corn and nurse it. They should take care of it. That in 3 weeks, he will call them in front of the whole village, entire villagers, and from there, he will choose his heir apparent. So the boys, they all went away happily. They all planted their corns. Excuse me. Now, the other 3 boys, they said, they came together and they said, this other boy, how can we allow him even be in this kind of competition with us? For what? You know who he is, you know who his mother is. His mother is like the poorest woman in the village. He doesn't even have anything, doesn't even have good clothes. They just said, please, let's just take him out of our group. He's no longer our friends. So they kicked him out. Once in a while, the boy would try to meet up with his friends, and they would just like, please, you're no longer part of us. You're not our friends. We can't have you in our group. And he just went away. So after some days, they discovered that the corn refused to sprout. It refused to germinate. And the 3 boys also came together and they decided to buy a new corn. They thought that the king had given them a spoiled corn. Maybe he was trying to play a trick on them or something. The other boy also noticed the same thing. He was worried. So he met his mother and he told his mother the whole thing. He said, this corn, I've actually watered it. I've taken care of it the best way I can. But it refused to sprout. The mother said, look, I've always taught you to be honest in all that you do. Please, leave that corn. If it refuses to grow, fine. After all, we are not meant to be royals. You are not meant to be a king. You know who we are. We are very poor. So just leave the crown the way it is. When it's time for the king to announce who is going to be his son, carry your empty sand like that and go to the palace. After all, the king won't kill you. The least he will do is that you are not going to be the chosen one. And that's it. And the boy said, okay, mom, no problem. I'll just leave it like that. Now, the D-Day came for the king to choose the heir apparent. This boy, 3 of his friends, they all had a grown corn, it has germinated. Some of them were even looking beautiful. They were so happy. They saw the boy's own. His own was just mere sand, and they laughed at him. He was so scared. Now, it's the king called them in front of the entire villagers. For the whole villagers, they gathered together because they knew that the king was going to choose a son that particular day. So, this boy was so scared. Look at my friend's corn. They are all looking beautiful. And look at mine. How come mine didn't grow? What happened? What did I do? Oh, God. And the king, he went around the boys. He was so impressed to see the other boys. Their corn were grown. And he got to this boy. He was so furious. He said, what happened? You mean I gave you a grain of corn to plant? You could not even take care of it for the corn to grow? The boy said, my king, please, don't be angry with me. I did everything I could to make sure that this corn grew, but it refused. I watered it. It took care of it. I put manure, but it refused to grow. I'm so sorry. The king said, now face the crowd. As I'm looking at you now, face the crowd. And the boy faced the crowd. He was shaking. His mother was in the midst of the crowd. She was so scared. Hey, my son. And the king held the boy's hand, his right hand, and lifted it up. He said, my people, this is your future king. The whole villagers were like, how? The boys were like, what's this king doing? I don't understand. What's happening? How come this boy, his corn didn't sprout, his corn didn't grow? How come he's the chosen one? How? The king said, good. I am going to explain. I know you are all surprised. Now, I gave these boys boiled corn to plant. Please, my people, does boiled corn grow? And the villager said, no, it doesn't grow. He said, how come 3 of you, your corn grew? And the boys were dumbfounded, like, hey, Jesus Christ. And this boy, the poorest boy of all, he was so happy. Where his mother was so happy. She said, that's my son. And the king ordered his servants to take the boy and his mother into the royal palace and dress them to be like the royals that they are. You're happy, right? I'm happy too. So, that is how the boy became the only son of the king and the heir apparent to the throne of that same kingdom. You see, that is what honesty does. The boy was honest. He kept to his mother's sayings. He listened to his mother, and his honesty brought him good luck. His honesty brought himself and his mother out of poverty forever. So please and please, whatever you do, be honest. In your character, be honest. You are giving something, be honest, because you know that boiled corn can never sprout. Some of you have 10 pens. Maybe in your class, you see a pen on the floor, you pick it. That's stealing. Be honest. Whatever, be honest. It pays. Honesty is the best policy. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, it can never be overemphasized. Be honest to daddy, be honest to mommy, be honest to everybody around you, be honest to everybody. It will help you. People will like you because of your honesty. All right, thank you. See you next time. I believe you enjoyed the story. Drop your comments, drop your questions in the comment section, and I will attend to them in due time. Remember, Jesus loves you. Liars, go to hell. And the devil is your father. So, be honest. I love you. Mwah.